Hi, it's late November, and after a very wet few weeks we're back in the forest and see just how much it's managed to dry out over the last few days, which have been dry, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So the first short down here, followed quite quickly by our first up. Quite a steep climb with some roots at the top, which makes things a little bit awkward at times, as you'll see. I'm on the Whyte E160 RSX here, which is usually, I have to say, quite a good climber. Certainly better than the E180 that I've got.
You bugger.
And that's the first fail. Got myself hung up on a
jackknifed on me
on a route at the top there. Ken, of course, makes it look very simple on his Levo, which is I think that bike is a really good climbing machine, to be honest. That's a Gen 2 Levo, modified with a Lyric Ultimate fork on the front, and RockShox Deluxe shock in the back, and also Code RSC brakes, so a little bit better than the standard offering. So this is a down with a jump on it, which is parallel to that climb we just did. Means we're going to go back up that climb again. A little bit twisty, bit of a drop there, comes round onto the log jump. I've just reset the Fox 38 on the front of this bike, and I can already tell it's performing a lot better, especially off a jump. Seems to be quite a nice progressive feel to the foot when it's landing off a jump. So second attempt at the hill. And I get to the top. I need to lose the steering at the top. At least to go to the top. So watch Ken come up here. All very simple, isn't it? Yeah. Thanks, Ken. Actually, one of the things I find a bit awkward is swapping between the 180 and the 160.
There's one there, actually.
The climbing technique is very, very different from one to the other. It takes me a little bit of time to dial back in, going back to the 160. Specifically getting the right gear. I'm in EMTB, incidentally, for the entirety of this ride, never change. Although it is modded in the Flow app to be a little bit more powerful than standard. So this is a little wind through the trees, and another climb, which I get hung up on. The roots are wet and slippery, so it's a matter of anticipating them and stopping any power delivery as you hit the root, which I failed to do there. So this goes twisting through the trees. It's a good test, really, of the agility of the bike. And the 160 handles this a great deal better than the 180, which is a bit of a handful through here. So as you can see, the trail is actually not too bad. It's a little bit greasy in places, and as you'll see later on, there are some wet patches. But in general, the grip is actually quite good. The camera I'm using here is GoPro Hero 7, and I've got it mounted on the front of my Smith helmet. It's called a chin mount, so it's on the chin bar. It's called Telesin, and the big difference between using this and the alternative for me, which is a chesty harness, is at least it follows your eye line. So if you're looking around a little bit, so the camera moves in line with it. So this is another little trail. It's not really any ups or downs on this of any note. Just a nice little trail through the trees. Shows how easy it is to slip out. That's just a root on the corner there. Just go down into a bit of a hollow here and climb up the other side. And squeeze between the trees. Being this time of year, it's probably about 1:45 now, something like that, in the afternoon. And I think as you'll notice as the video goes on, the light starts to fade quite quickly. So it does actually cut down the number of hours you can spend out here this time of year. So climb number 4. I think I finally got the right gear dialed, because I actually managed to make this climb without any trouble at all. This is one of the higher spots in the forest, as you can see by the.
Lots of berries on some of this holly. Alright, I know. Start disappearing.
By the marker we just went past. So we follow that with another down, which is pretty lumpy. Short and sweet. And then we follow around to our right, which is a twisty trail again through the trees, which ends up with a jump over a fallen tree. Ken passed on the entrance there, thinking there were signs saying no entry. There's some work going on in the forest, or just about to start in the forest. When we arrived, there were lots of lorries and some big tractors and so on. I think we're going to start doing some felling of the bigger trees. Hopefully they won't wreck any of our trails, but we won't find out until the next time we go up there and see what's been going on. So twist through, we eventually get onto a little straight leading to the tree down jump. Which is in the distance there. we go. So we're heading up now to the start of another trail. This one is largely about berms. It's got a bit of gravity to it, but it's mostly about getting around the berms. Now as we come to the end here, you'll notice a tree with an orange mark on it. I think that orange mark means that the tree is going to be taken out. And also a very deep puddle, which Ken just rode through. I went round the edge. So straight on to another one of trails on the opposite side of that access track now. That's Ken's brakes, not mine. Seeing as he just went through the puddle. That same slope actually has got 4 different trails that we can take. That was one of them. This is the head of that trail, and this run is another variation. Incidentally, I'm running an Assegai at the front and a DHR2 at the back, and certainly in these conditions the grip is really good. I'm running 18 psi in the front, 20 in the back. Trying to keep up with Ken here. Who's actually tells me he's taking it easy because he's got an injury to his back, so he's on medication. Still not easy keeping up with him. There's another variation on that same trail. We're about halfway down. You see this one's a little bit wetter than the others. It's a bit lower down on the hill. And this leads us out to a little jump line, 3 jumps. The first jump is easy. The second one is difficult to get enough speed with the trail being a bit damp. And the last one, wow, no chance for that one. And there's another jump right at the end here. Which is easier to get some speed on. This track is right at the bottom of the forest, and we're at the end of that track now, and we've actually ridden back up one of the down trails to go back down. This one bears off left here and then on to a tabletop, although it's got a bit of a gap in the middle, so I suppose it's a sort of semi-gap jump. A little run afterwards. I think Ken was telling a lie about his back. Can't see anything wrong with it. From here we head over to another section of the forest, and this is riding, as you can see, around the crown of a hill, then climbing up the hill to go down on a roller coaster trail, really, like a sort of 3 switchbacks on, but it's also up and down. So it's at the top of the hill.
Tree, there's a new route, isn't there? You can go to the right of the tree.
And this goes down the side of what we just climbed up. Fairly unique sort of trail, this one. And this fire road takes us back round close to the car park where we've got our vans parked up. Bit of wildlife there. And on to the final climb to finish our day before heading back to the van. This one stays fairly gradual, gets steeper from the last couple of metres. And it's stony, gravelly as well, so that's where you're most likely to lose grip. And the back wheel's scrabbling for traction, but we're up. That's it for this ride. See you again soon. Bye now.